Hello and welcome to the Lies of P, a beautiful Souls-like game made in South Korea, and yet has huge amounts of Italian culture and architecture built into it. It's an amazing, beautiful, extremely difficult game, and I've had so much fun with it that I just thought, yes, this will be the next playthrough. Now, what about Dishonored? Well, Dishonored is having a lot of technical problems. For some reason, I can't get it to record without frame stuttering and all these other problems with all these other words. And for the most part, it will not record properly. I do not know why. That doesn't mean I'm giving up on it. It just means that, holy moly, I gotta, dedicate a day to figuring out what the hell's going on with it. But anyway, listen to that beautiful music. Oh, we're gonna have a grand old time. Grand old time. Lies of P is a difficult Souls-like, but I am pretty excited to get started. Now, if you don't know, this is just straight up Pinocchio. Like, it is straight up the story of Pinocchio retold. Like, Carlo Collodi, that's who wrote Pinocchio, etc., etc.
Can you hear me?
I'll be quiet for this part.
Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
And thus we begin. A lot of people have a misunderstanding that this is like Bloodborne. It has one mechanic similar to Bloodborne. The rest is more Sekiro and the original Dark Souls.
I've been looking all over for you.
So if you're looking for Bloodborne's extremely fast movement, fast pacing, this is not that. This is more about getting perfect guards, the parry system, and it's even tighter and harder to do than it is in Sekiro. But it is so rewarding, and also, look, this game is so beautiful. So beautiful.
I see they got Jiminy too. But we have to hurry. My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krot, and I'll explain what's happening. Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
Jiminy. Literally Jiminy Cricket. He makes a cricket noise, like, listen to this. It is Jiminy Cricket. When I say this is literally Pinocchio, I mean it is literally Pinocchio. But retold. We are a puppet, a robot. A robot. I cannot wait to get into this game. The Marvelous Puppet Show Festival. There's an ad for puppets there. Get the most loyal servant. And the VIN line VN line seems to be shipping line to all parts of the world. There's a marvelous puppet show, a festival going on, but it seems things have gone a little wrong. Now, there are a few ways to play this game.
Let's get you out of there. Find something that might help.
Oh, yeah. There's blood aplenty and puppet parts here. And we now have some choices to make.
Are not safe. Arm yourself with one of the weapons over there. It'll be helpful on your way to the hotel.
Very helpful. Now, even though it says there's 3 ways to play, there's actually 4. And then there's even more ways to play than that, really. But 4 main ways. Strength, or which is motivity. Dexterity, which is technique. Or balance, which is a quality build combining 2 of them. Or both of them. There's also advance, which is elemental builds, and is very interesting. We may actually do advance to finish it all off. Now, which one is better? The Soul series, unfortunately, had a problem where dexterity was just the better option most of the time. Sure, that didn't mean you couldn't make strength work. It was just Dex had, like, bonuses to Estus Flask, bonuses to, just a lot of things. In almost all 3 of the games, Dex was just the superior skill. Here, I have found that motivity is possibly the strongest, Motivity weapons are really, really good, and one of the best weapons in the game is a motivity weapon, and so it's pretty well balanced. Advanced is the one that a lot of people just ignore out of hand, but I've made Advanced work and beaten the game with Advanced, and it feels just as good as the other options. So which one are we going for? We're probably going for balance for now.
Destination Hotel Croat. Recommend escaping from this location.
Oh yeah. So we can actually, oh yeah, because I got some DLC, I've got a bunch of costumes I can put on. And we're going to put on a hat. A hat often worn by alchemists. Very, very nice. We also have some other options we can wear. We even have a weapon that we can wield. It's not a bad weapon at all, but we are not going to be using it. As you can see, weapons are separated into the handle and the blade, and we'll be able to mix and match weapons later on. It's very, very interesting. Now, Fable attacks are special abilities that use those little blue bars right below our health and stamina. And you can actually see how much Fable it will cost to use either the handle Fable or the weapon Fable. Now, Fable is really, really good. We'll be using Fable attacks aplenty. It's how you deal with the toughest enemies in the game, especially for your first playthrough. But here we are, and like any good Souls-like, we can target. Now, you can dodge around, but it's not really as fluid as Bloodborne. Instead, we want to perfect guard. See right there? By hitting the block button at the exact right time, and it is very exact timing. It is more exact than Sekiro is. You can perfect guard, you can fuck with their stance, and even, as we saw originally, break their weapon. Oh yeah. You know what? We'll keep Jiminy on for this section. Now we also have weapon durability, but we just have our fucking elbow of destiny over here, which is awesome. We have more men. We can also use this Legion arm. Don't get too attached to this particular Legion arm. You won't really be able to upgrade it later, but it is really fun to just punch and destroy everyone in a single hit. Hello, good sir. I love the design of the puppets in this game. Now, of course, I could just go ham and beat the ever-living shit out of these early enemies, but getting your perfect guard timing and learning that you need to be using perfect guard over blocking most or over dodging most of the time is a really good skill to learn. That doesn't mean dodging is not important. Indeed, there are some enemies who you want to be dodging more than perfect guarding. However, getting that timing down and getting used to it is very, very good. So we actually have a Fable art on this Concentrate. We can switch display to its increases attack temporarily. So by using the Y button, our attack power is now increased for a time. We can actually upgrade how long this goes on for a while. We can upgrade the effect of this for quite some time. Lots of graffiti on these walls. Man, they really put a lot of ads in this toilet. You come out after taking a shit and you're like, oh my god, I mean, the next Vanini, the VN Line, Lorenzini Arcade. You are the people of tomorrow. Even, this is way too nice. If I'm taking a piss and I see like a beautiful portrait above my face, I'm gonna be like, man, I do not belong in here. This is way too bougie for me. Not bougie, but like, this is a really nice place. I kind of feel, I kind of feel a little pressure now to not be a slob, you know? Might have to even wipe. Just kidding. I always wipe. Don't take that out of context. Oh, he looks like a nice fellow. Now, like any good Souls-like, we also get backstabs. But unlike backstabs, they're brutal, and we're covered in the oil of our foes. Oh, he tried, but he failed. And of course, like any good Souls-like, you have to check every corner to make sure there's not an enemy behind it. Now, perfect guarding does slowly break an enemy's stance. There is no stance meter like there is in Sekiro, so, you know, you gotta... You'll see when the stance is broken, though, don't worry. If anyone finds this note, get out of the station and run. Be sure to steer clear of the waiting room. I saw huge puppets smashing people to death in there. I locked the door, but I don't know if that'll work. At least it should stop people from randomly coming in. I'm going to die soon, so I want to help you even if it's not much. Please survive. Anyone. You know, it looks like the puppets are just brutalizing people. I wonder if we can just jump off into the next area. I'm not going to try it, but... Oh, brutal Fable Catalyst. We can use that to get a bit of Fable. Ooh, I got an imperfect guard there. This is where everyone... I'm actually going to show off an imperfect guard here. Come on, hit me. As you can see, I actually have a bit of health I can get back. Sort of like Bloodborne. This is what made a lot of people be like, is this game just the next Bloodborne? No, it is very, very, very different from Bloodborne. That is the only real mechanic that is identical to Bloodborne, is being able to get health back. Every time you get hit, you lose some of that health. That recoverable health. And, yeah. You can also get it back by perfect guarding, actually. One more reason that perfect guarding is so good. And buffing your perfect guards over time is better. This is our first little mini-boss. I'm going to switch to pulse cells. Let's see if I can actually get my perfect guards here. Nope, I actually got smacked there for my trouble. His stance is broken. So, with a fully charged heavy attack, you can break their stance and then brutally murder them. Come here, big guy. Ow. I'm getting some imperfect guards there. That's fine. I have beaten the game, but I'm not perfect at it. So don't come in here thinking I'm going to perfect guard virtually everything. We get a new item. Now, we'll be talking about stats later. But basically, the weight stat is by far and away the best stat in the game. And you're going to be pumping points into it the entire game. See how fast that heal was? Yeah. Probably don't really need to do that. We're about to get to our first not bonfire of the game. That door to the left we can't go into yet. We will later, though. This is interesting. So welcome, everyone, to Krot. And it is Krot. Not Krat. Krot. And we'll have more evidence of that later. Look at all these people who've been brutally murdered, including the horses. Why did you have to beat the horse? What did the horse do? Oh my god. It looks like there's been some problems. So the Stargazers are our bonfires. We can rest at them, we can teleport between them, and we can level up at them for at least a little while.
It's called a Stargazer. A marvelous device the Stalkers used in the past.
Warning. Puppet threshold exceeds danger estimates. Please reduce puppet numbers or reset danger parameters.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this Stargazer for a moment. Gather ergo, clever one. This Stargazer will make you stronger. But the Stargazer's strength doesn't last forever, so be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krot.
Hotel Krot, we can level up finally. Now, welcome to the different stats of the game. Now, these bottom three are primarily your damage stats. Motivity is strength, technique is dexterity, and advance is more like arcane and luck and stuff like that. Advance is also more your faith and your it. It covers the Legion arm, which is your left robotic arm, and it also increases elemental damage, which is maybe something we'll play around with. I don't know yet. Advance is not something worth leveling up yet until you get your first advanced weapon, which will be a little bit. Now, out of the rest of these stats, they look pretty normal. Vitality is your health, vigor is your stamina, but capacity is how much weight you have. And capacity is actually a very, very, very strong stat. It is possibly the strongest stat in the game. It is one that, regardless of your build, you're going to be pumping points into, unless you want to get one shot by everything or be super heavy. And even though dodging is not the most important thing in this game compared to perfect guarding, trust me when I say there will be multiple times where if you're heavy, your inability to reposition and move around will harm you. First things first, we're gonna get our vigor up though. We're gonna get all these stats up to like 10, put a few points into capacity, and then go from there. Just first things first, we want to get these stats up so we can survive. Storage, we have a bunch of items we can look at. Some items we don't even really have yet. Nothing really to go through yet. Dim Ergo Fragment. A fragment of Ergo, a mysterious power stone that can be found in Krot. Geppetto's puppet can absorb Ergo and turn it into power. Ergo is both a source of power and currency in Krot. Even small pieces can be put to good use. Very interesting. And then we also have some throwing items. Even the throwing items, as you can see, have scaling on them. There's actually an entire build where there's nothing but throwing items. And it's strong, actually. There's plenty of ways to play this game. But first things first, we have puppets to deal with. Like this fine fellow who's like, his eyes turn on. That's such a cool detail. Uh-oh. See, even though dodging is not our most important stat, I still want to be able to reposition and deal with a robo-dog here. Oh yeah, the robo-dog, like any good game, especially Souls likes, the dogs are really annoying. God, there is a lot of blood, and I'm covered in oil and grease and all kinds of shit. This poor man sitting down on the job and is going to get fatal attack for his trouble. Come on, big guy. I was trying to get around him. You can Dark Souls some of these guys, or you can just run around them, and it works out. There's a few enemies who are really weak to backstabs, and some enemies you can't backstab at all. Oh my god, I've been backstabbed. Unfortunate for you, good sir. Now, whenever you do a perfect guard, that is the sound it will make. The weapon will glow red. You will get that sound, the boom sound, and it's quite great. Some enemies do not have weapons you can break, but there are plenty of enemies in the game who you can break their weapons. And breaking their weapons decreases their range, decreases their damage, and you can actually buff how good you are at breaking weapons later on. Like right there, I got the 2 perfect guards in a row. Now I got full Fable. Let's show off Fable. We got some interesting Fable we can use. Some Fable will use all 3 of these slots. Come on. Ooh, that was fun. Very, very flashy attack that usually does a lot of damage and stagger. Ow. Fuck that one up. That's fine. The timing is very punishing, but once you get the timing of it, especially on bosses, it feels so good. It feels like you're kicking their ass. The Krot Grand Exhibition has been delayed. The decision was made to protect the citizens until the puppet frenzy that has recently paralyzed the city is under control. The occurrence began on Rosa Isabel Street, resulting in hundreds of casualties. While the cause is still unknown, the number of casualties and the scale of damage are both growing. As the crisis dragged on, the Workshop and Vanini Company, Krot's largest puppet factory, announced that they would offer emergency supplies to citizens and do everything they could to alleviate the situation. A task force is investigating the possibility of a fatal loss of the Grand Covenant, which is the control protocol of the Workshop's puppets. However, there is no quick solution as of now, with the puppet frenzy resulting in more casualties. As the city braces for a resurgence of the petrification disease, the citizens were advised to stay indoors for their safety. However, many citizens are trying to escape through Krot Central Station, intensifying the general chaos. Yeah, it seems the city is in utter chaos. Utter chaos. The puppets, this outbreak of the petrification disease, whatever the hell that is. Oh yeah. I'll punch this man right in the crotch. Oh my god, my robo penis. And now he's dead. Horribly. So this is a shortcut we can't unlock yet. Man, we look snazzy with our hat. The actual clothing is not your armor, and so you can mix and match as much as you want with the clothing. Running. Backstab. Ugh. As you saw, we are totally immune during backstab animations. Now, Ergo is our souls. It is our level up, our currency, etc., etc. Come on, big guy. I'm not very good at parrying these guys, so I'm just going to wait for him to come to me and then beat the snot out of him. Poor Pup. Poor little Pup. An item over here. I don't want to go too fast through this game because it is beautiful. The most loyal servants. Dream of becoming a real girl. Herald Theater, Rosa Isabel Street. Interesting. Showing off ads to buy more puppets. Ooh, this game is really good. Now we are going to come up to our first major enemy after that policeman. After the constable. Fury attacks. This is where the enemy glows red. I'm not good at parrying this guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ow. Case in point, you cannot dodge through that. You can only perfect guard it. Now, getting an imperfect guard is better than getting smacked. And we cut him in. Ooh, I love the mini boss enemies. They're not really mini boss, but they're elite enemies. Elite enemies. Because they can just get obliterated and it's awesome.
Destination Hotel Quad. Optimal location for observing the destination.
Nothing on this little plaque here. Yeah, those Fury attacks, you can perfect guard them, can't dodge through them. You can't avoid them altogether, but sometimes it's not really plausible. There's a man there with a gun that I would rather not get shot by. However, you can perfect guard the gun. Let's see if I can. Yeah! Good fuck yous. This man has no head. His leg is all fucked up. Or Fable Catalysts. How much will I be using Fable Catalysts? Some, actually, later on. Right now, I don't really feel like we need a ton of Fable attacks to get through. God, this game is so cool looking. And like any good Souls-like, we're gonna drop down attack. Ooh, I just got dodged by a dog. Ow. Come on, dog. There we go. Ow, I just got smacked by Good job, brain. Just bonk. No, I will not be perfectly guarding everything. I have beaten the game. I've done some pretty interesting things in this. I've beaten the game a few times, actually, and I love this game. I have about 100 hours in it. Just doing different playthroughs is just so much fun. All the different builds and stuff you can do, all the different weapons. My god, the cool weapons. There's a few weapons, like any game, that are just better. But there is also so many weapons that you can get that are just so cool. And offer a new way to play. It's so much fun. The replayability in this game is insane. I'm up the shortcut, which is a shit shortcut because literally right in front of us is the bonfire.
And that's the only way in. So please, be careful.
Let's talk to this man.
Hello there. Welcome to Krot, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets. You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone. Out here alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
So we can buy a few things. We can buy any of the starting weapons, or an electric blitz abrasive, which is actually an interesting weapon. We'll get that. Basically, by using it, we can temporarily imbue our weapon with an element. Introducing the parade puppet. I'm not going to read that one right here because that music is going to drive me insane if I read it right there. So let's level up a little bit. Now, there are no stat requirements for different weapons. That doesn't mean that you should totally ignore the fact that this is like a balance weapon. Don't put all of your points into just one stat and expect a balance weapon to work or a technique weapon to work. We'll put on the electric blitz. So let us fight the first boss of the game. We'll switch to this. Falcon Punch. This looks ominous. I was right. First things first, let's use this. Ooh, as you can see, I'm now electrifying this poor man, and puppets are weak to electricity. Ooh, we beat the snot out of him. Now we're in phase 2, and he, doesn't seem to care too much about losing his head. As you can see, we can actually break his head, which is hilarious, like a weapon. Oh, I fucked that one up. Now that stagger break, that stagger that we can, like, break his stance, that does not last forever, so you gotta be careful. We're kicking his ass right now. I'm gonna heal, though, just in case. I don't want to, like, embarrass myself by just dying. I'm a big guy. Ow. Oh, I would have blocked that. I don't know if I actually would have blocked that, but ooh, I would have blocked it. You see that? You see that? I would have blocked him. You done, son. Who would have given... We can almost read what he's saying because we're puppets too, but we can't quite read it. As you see, easy peasy. Get yourself an electric blitz abrasive and just beat the snot out of him. As you saw, we put no points into our technique or motivity, but we were still doing good damage, and it's just better for survivability and early on if you put your points into vitality, vigor, and capacity. Especially vitality early on. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I can't unequip that. That's kind of annoying. There we go. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. So we got a rare ergo, a boss ergo, obtained from the parade master. A treasure hunter may want this rare ergo. Although the entire audience disappeared in a pool of blood, the parade master was cheerful. As long as there's a king, the show must go on. That's interesting. And we got the quartz. P organ ability activation part. What the hell is your P organ? Don't look it up. You will probably not find Liza P. You'll probably find penises. Anyway, a colorful tiny ergo fragment. It activates a special ability when equipped to the penis. P organ, sorry. There's a special kind of ergo with different color and vibration. The workshop uses this gem to bring out puppets' different abilities. That is another way we will be leveling up our power, but not for a little while. We still have some game to play before we will be able to do anything like that. It will be an obscenely important piece of how we increase the power of our character. It'll be really, really important. But right now, can't do anything with it. Oh, that note we found. Let me... Here appears a terrific puppet that will enliven the parade. Hello there, I'm the Parade Master. I like singing and marching with people. The Parade Master has the following functions: 16 jolly songs, we saw that, cheerful laughter, so much cheerful laughter, 54 parade phrases, parade dances to delight children, and the strength to carry 6 men on his shoulders. The Parade Master was made big in commemoration of the Grand Exhibition. Check out its charms on the eve of the upcoming exhibition. Ooh, yeah. We also got some gestures and some other stuff we can do. Yeah. Ooh. By the way, that DLC weapon we got is a technique weapon, and it's very interesting. Unfortunate. Hotel Krat, the greatest luxury you will ever experience. I wasn't done reading that, thank you. Treat yourself to an unforgettable day. Ooh, yes.
One more thing I should mention. The hotel security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
Ooh, lying. Who could have told that a game that's called The Lies of P would involve someone named P or Pinocchio lying? No, there's actually quite a few debates if we're Pinocchio or not. We might as well be. We'll get more to that later, but we are probably Pinocchio. There's a few theories that we're not, but we're probably Pinocchio. Hidden Moonstone. Moonstone was not from this world. We use this for upgrade materials. We cannot use that upgrade on this. This is a special weapon. We need a different type of upgrade material for it.
Welcome to the sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity. Who are you? Grand Covenant's fourth law. A puppet cannot lie. Welcome to Hotel Krat.
Now, if we say puppet there, it'll just be like, you can't come in, and that's it. It won't kill you, it won't give you, like, really any special dialogue or anything. You'll just have to lie again. So, welcome, one and all. I hope you will enjoy this playthrough of Lies of P. Ooh, I cannot wait to get started properly. Now I will let the beginning credits roll and also show off just, a world of mystery that we'll have to unlock. We'll have to solve. Ooh, such a beautiful sequence.
I'm so happy to see you. I am Sophia. I've been waiting for you. Searched all over the city of Krat to find you. You must have questions. Geppetto will have answers. But we have to find him first. He was last seen on Elysian Boulevard. All of Krat is dangerous for humans. And that neighborhood is one of the scariest. Please find Geppetto on Elysian Boulevard. I'll explain more once you find him.
Now we can level up again. We're gonna get our capacity up to 10. We'll probably get our motivity and technique up to 10, and then dump some stats for a little while into vitality and capacity and yeah. I have found that vigor. I have beaten the game on just 15 vigor and found that that was all you ever really needed. Yeah. Other than that, vitality, you'll just keep bumping up the entire time. Capacity never soft locks. It will always increase your potential weight by 3, your overall, your max weight by 3 forever. Not that you particularly need 100 capacity ever. But capacity is very, very strong. We'll probably get it to 30 something by the very end. While our vitality is the only stat that may go higher. Really, our damage stats, we don't need to level up anywhere near as much as you're thinking. Unlike the Souls games or anything like that, our damage will actually be pretty good as long as we don't fuck up our weapon.
Jenny is fine.
That's proof you're broken. The real Gemini isn't so calm. I'm no inventor. But perhaps I can fix him. Or perhaps he'll fix himself in time. Wait, take this pocket watch. Krat is a labyrinth of peril right now. This watch will guide you to a safe place. Be careful, clever one.
The Moon Phase Pocket Watch. So, we're going to equip that onto our extra bag. We want... The Pocket Watch allows us to teleport to either the hotel or the Last Stargazer. It's very, very good. Looks like there's a lot. There's the training area out there, but this is a very important NPC to talk to.
I heard about you from Geppetto, but to see you in person... Wow. You should take this. Geppetto left it with me.
Now we get our first true Legion arm. And honestly, one of my favorites. You can beat the game with this one. And feel fine. The puppet string. And sort of show off how it works. We get full Fable while we're out here, and it's actually a good idea to come out here in between whenever you come to the hotel and just get full everything, full Fable.
The sound of it alone. That craftsmanship comes only from the hands of Geppetto. You must be something else. A custom arm from Geppetto himself is quite an accessory. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Eugenie from the Workshop Union. I know my way around weapons of all kinds. I'm sure Master Geppetto would agree. If any of your weapons need work, bring them to me. I know my way around a weapon.
I know my way around a weapon. So, upgrade. We'll go ahead and upgrade the puppet saber for now. Just go ahead and upgrade it once. You'll actually... Remember how I said that the damage stats are not as important as you think they are? It's because most of your damage bonuses actually come from upgrading the weapon. And later on, we will get so many weapon upgrades and so many different weapons to upgrade. For now, we're going to stick with the puppet saber. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. For now, we'll stop. Instead, we'll put on some glasses. Why not? we'll look fly as fuck. Next time, we'll read some item descriptions, go through and look at this beautiful game, and we'll fight our first couple true bosses. That was sort of your tutorial boss. But we've got some true challenges coming up, and I am so excited. This has been The Lies of P.